Good night, and this is the review to episode 26. And this episode, we're talking about again manipulation for wars. Very fun topic, and also kings that were not chosen. Manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. So let's go. In this episode 26, to people that don't remember anymore or don't want to watch it, is the episode where. Let me try something. This is the episode where King Bradley essentially reveals who he is, and he reveals he was basically brought up in a lab and he was chosen to be a king amongst a bunch of people. And this episode where Edward finds a way to get out of Gluttony's belly, and they get out of Gluttony's belly. Oh, I can get it. They get out of Gluttony's belly, and says that. Yeah, I think that's it. Not a lot happens. I mean, a lot happens, but not a lot happens. Oh yeah, something else. And Edward, he goes back to the portal for the truth and finds what's the name of the guy? And finds his brother's body. And oh, I promise I'm coming back. All right, Edward. You're just crazy fool. Alright, you're coming back and you're getting his body. Oh my god. I'm emotional. So let's talk about manipulation now. The first manipulation that shows in the last episode is the one that I already noted, where envy essentially provokes, gives the Ishvalans a reason to go to war. That's very important because even if the Ishvalans can somehow just blame on Amestris, they really can't blame that they started the war. Envy just gave them a reason to start something they kind of wanted to do anyways. Another example that is actually very simple to visualize is the Iraq War. Because, dude, if you think about it, in a way, the United States already wanted to go to war. It's not that 9/11 caused it. And why am I saying this? Because if the United States just wanted justice for 9/11, they would just punish the terrorists. And we all knew it was Al Qaeda that did it. So why punish a whole country when they can just chase Al Qaeda, Or they can just chase Osama bin Laden, which everybody knows today is the Bin Laden family is the only family that could fly in 9/11 to get out of the country. Why not just ask them where their crazy son is and they just go hunt them down? So, in my honest opinion, there was no fighting there because of 9/11. 9/11 was just a reason that united the whole country to go to a war that the deep state already wanted to go to. And that happens in our lives all the time, where I really realized each day that most people, when they want something, they just look for excuses. And again, let's say you want to do something, you want to hang out with someone, in some party, and they just find a bunch of excuses to not go. I'm not even saying something sexual. I'm just saying hanging out. If the person doesn't want to go, should the person will either be very honest and just say, dude, I don't want to go, whatever, or they will just create excuses. In the same way, if they really want to go and do something, they will just create excuses to go there. And that's something we can just watch out for and see in people and see, oh man, that person really wants to go, and because he's just going. If someone is just looking for excuses to not go, and you see them just making a bunch of excuses, you just realize that person doesn't want to do something, do that thing, and that's fine. You just respect them and go the other way, and don't waste any time or energy just trying to convince them to do something they don't want to do. And that's it. That's very simple. And again, many things that happen geopolitically, and the governments just point out as reasons to do something, just realize they wanted to do it anyways, and they're just finding excuses to manipulate you into agreeing with that and going along. And again, many people will try to manipulate you into doing something they want you to do. And all you need to do is realize, okay, there's a manipulation there. Do I want that? Do I not want that? And then you just go about your day. And if you don't want to do something, whatever. You're the judge of your own actions. And that's it. So you always own something you're doing. You're not just going on the wind and just reacting to things and just being kind of silly. Alright, next theme and the last one. Again, it's the one that I commented before. The Führer was chosen. And that thing is sick. Because, again, I do see that a lot of our leaders and a lot of the unelected deep state, they're just chosen. And I'm not saying that's bad, I'm not saying that's good. So much so that, I said it. Do you remember when the Führer told Link that there are no true kings? And everybody, there are no true kings, that's what he says. That's why that's his point of view, because he's not a true king, he's not chosen by the people. He's just chosen, and he's just there. And you can even be angry about it, but to be legit, that happens a lot. And again, you just gotta realize it. Is that good for me? Is that bad for me? If there are so many kings that are just chosen, can I position myself in a way that I'm chosen to be a king? Again, it's the position of the heir, If you're an heir to a company or whatever, and you're just being chosen, you in a way don't deserve that. And you can fight for it, you can do things to position yourself in a better way to actually run the company, but in general it doesn't work. And something else that happens in what I see is governments, they need to appoint a lot of workers, and they're unelected. And there's nothing you can do. All you can do really is just hope the politicians we have choose the right people to run government. And generally that doesn't happen. And that's it. Again, I think the best way to say what I want to say is there's no fairness in this world. And that's fine. Now that you know the words, now that you know life is not fair, all you need to decide is what are you going to do with that? And how are you going to proceed your life in a way that you're not just trying to make everybody follow a fair world, because it doesn't exist. So how can you navigate this unfair world to your advantage? And that's how you should think about it. And don't be pessimistic about it. And that's it. If you guys like the channel, please subscribe. If you like the the episode, whatever, just hit the like button and thank you very much.